and welcome to New Filmmakers Los Angeles in partnership with Movie Maker magazine. My name is Dan DeLillo. We're here at the South Park Center. I'm delighted to be joined with Peiqi with her movie, A Roadside Banquet. Let's take a look at the clip. Thank you so much for being here and welcome to the New Filmmakers LA family. Thank you so much for bringing your film to us. It was so amazing, but how are you doing? You doing okay?
Yeah. I went to the screening yesterday. I really loved it. Not just my film, but also just seeing all the other films in the program. Yeah, we've screened in LA a few times, but like this is the first time in like a while, so it was great to just like see it with an audience after a while.
Yeah, feeling the vibes, and I was in there in the audience, and it was so nice to feel the vibe with the audience in there too. For those that haven't seen it, tell us a brief synopsis.
Yeah, so A Roadside Banquet is about this 11-year-old Chinese girl who at her baby brother's first year birthday party turned into a feather duster, and we go from there.
Yeah, we did a great job doing that because we literally saw before our eyes her turn into a feather duster, which was like it was so incredible to watch. Your cast were amazing, and I just thought led wonderfully by this young actor. She was so fantastic on the screen. It was so nice to see on the big screen and just tell the story through her eyes. You could really feel everything she was going through as a big sister. How did you go about bringing your cast together? And you had some big scenes with a lot of people too. So how was that?
Yeah, her name is Sarah Zai. She never acted in a film before. Yeah, she's a non-actor. So we found her at a dance school because it was a very long casting process. Not only her, but a lot of other cast in the film. Like you said, it's a very big ensemble. A lot of them are people we got from like street casting or just like a friend of a friend, that kind of situation. So it was like a very long casting process. I think we spent like 8 to 6 months on it. And it was just a lot of like putting up flyers, approaching young children at malls, that kind of stuff. We did a lot of that in the San Gabriel Valley.
Oh wow, amazing! And how do you like? It's sometimes it's different working with younger cast members as well. But what's your kind of what was your process for this film like working with your actors? Like, what's your as a director like? How did you work with them, rehearse with them? What was your kind of process?
Well, yeah, it was like definitely a challenge at the beginning because like I mostly work with like trained actors, and this was a time where these are not actors and also they're like younger people, so it's just like, and who are not maybe familiar with like being in front of a lot of people or in front of a camera. So I think the thing that at first when casting was that I wanted to find someone who has like similar life experience to the protagonist, so I don't have to, because I don't want to just like put through a lot of like more heavier stuff, throw that to a kid just for the sake of a movie. So it was important to me to have someone who have some sort of shared experience. Like Sarah has like a younger brother, and we were talking about how she think of like her family and the dynamic within her family, that kind of stuff. And then when we are heading closer to production, I think it was very important for me to get her familiar with the camera and get familiar with the idea of having a crew around her. Because I think if you're someone who never was like in front of a camera or never were around a film crew, it's very intimidating.
Yeah, absolutely.
But also just like when we're scheduling and everything, we wanted to like sort of ease people into the production.
I could not believe the effects you used to turn this young girl into a feather duster. How did you do that? That was amazing.
Yeah, well, I really love gory stuff and like body horror stuff, and I love it when like what that does to an audience. Like whenever I see it with an audience, I always can hear people react to it audibly, and it would just like it was so exciting for me to hear that. So from the get-go, that was like a part that I always knew was gonna happen. That is to make it like visceral but not too gnarly to see. So we did a lot of just, like makeup tests. We have to like just figure out how the feather works. And also we were very fortunate that we got to like work with a VFX vendor and actually get it to look proper with post as well. So it was like my first time sort of doing this kind of transformation, and it's hard to find like references for it, so it was definitely like we were also like trying and figuring it out as we go as well.
But it was amazing. You did a really fantastic job, you and your team, with that. I love how you kind of explained earlier about you're really interested in things like genre bending, like what kind of interests you in that dynamic, and what kind of more are you going to do in that area?
Well, I just think it's like unexpected for the audience, because like when I make like projects, I always wanted to have an audience for it. I'm not someone who make it for myself. I wanted to make it and like use my work to interact with people, have conversations with people, emotionally connect with people. And as the thing I love about these works that are more like genre bending is that it's surprising, because like I think if you watch the first half of this film, you wouldn't expect it to go the way it goes.
No, like that's what's the most amazing thing what you did, is that I was already enjoying the film like so much and enjoying the everything you set up for us, and then nobody in their right mind would ever expect what was going to happen, which was so clever and so good. I think everyone's jaw was just dropped, because they were like, what is going on? So I love that you kind of love doing that with the audience as well. Looking back on this project, what was the hardest part? Was there any challenges making it?
Well, I think the biggest challenge was probably to shoot it here in LA. Yeah, because this is my graduate thesis for the American Film Institute, and so we kind of have to shoot it in LA. But it's a Chinese story with like a huge cast, and everyone speaks Mandarin. So it was just like a lot of struggle, I feel like, came from that. And also it was like kind of unnecessarily expensive as like a short, because we have to like shoot it here. So that was a challenge, but also it was like I think because of that, it was like a very bonding experience for me and my key crew.
Yeah, that's amazing. I love that everyone was it was a full Mandarin speaking crew as well. It's cool. What is next for you?
So I am planning to shoot this short that's kind of a fantasy sports short about rock climbers, and then what I do day to day is I do like commercials, branded content, and like web series. And I've been doing a lot of like web series stuff lately. And it was really helpful in like getting me to like work on different genres, and also made me think maybe I want to go into like TV directing. So that's something I'm going to look into more, like programs, and like talk to more people about that direction.
I love it. Wherever you take us, I'm ready. But I'm now excited, because I know you're going to give us a world that we're not going to expect, which I'm excited about too, obviously. Well, we want to keep making more films for new filmmakers. And just finally, as a filmmaker, with your experience thus far in your career, like what kind of for our filmmaking audience, what kind of advice do you have? What do you go by as a creative artist that you could share with the audience?
Well, I think this is like it's a long haul trying to be a director, especially. And something it's like easier said than done is just to be kind of more chill about it, because I think when you're like a younger filmmaker, you feel like there's so much chips on your shoulder, and you really wanted to make things work, which I get. But I think there should be a balance in sort of doing that, but also being relaxed about it, because I think when you're relaxed, when you're doing something, that's when you do your best work. Like not just like when you're writing, but also when you're on set. Like just take a deep breath and just like think of it not as like something that's like huge and life-changing, but think of it as like this is the work, and this is something that I'm gonna do for the rest of my life. I think getting yourself into that mindset is really important for just like human interactions with your crew, with your cast, but also just for yourself, for your own mental health. I think that's very important as well.
Absolutely. Well, listen, thank you so much for bringing your film to us, Peiqi. Seriously, we really loved your film, and we can't wait for your next project, so thank you very much.
Thank you.
Welcome to the family. Thank you.